Today on Low Carb with Jennifer, we are making this delicious one-pot meal of crispy chicken thighs and creamy spinach. You are not going to want to miss it, so keep watching to see how I make this delicious one skillet meal. The link to the full recipe is in the description below. Let's get started. So to get started on this chicken thighs recipe with creamy spinach, I've got 5 chicken thighs that have the skin on and the bone in, and I'm going to season them generously with salt and pepper. And then we're going to cook them in a really hot skillet until the skin is nice and crispy. Okay, I've already got my skillet getting hot, so I'm going to add in some avocado oil. Okay, it's almost there. Okay, we can add our chicken thighs. You want the pan to be pretty hot so these will get nice and crispy. And I'm going to season the other side. With salt and pepper. And this will be ready to turn when the skin can be easily released from the pan, because if it's still sticking, that means that they're not ready to turn yet. Another important thing to do with the chicken is to move it around. My chicken's not sticking. This pan is so hot and the chicken is getting crispy, but we want to get the skin really crispy and evenly cooked. So move it around the skillet, and so all of the skin areas will get crispy. Okay, I think these are ready to flip. The skin is nice and golden brown and crispy. So now we're just going to cook the other side for a little bit longer until these are cooked through. Okay, these chicken thighs are nice and cooked through. So I'm going to remove them to a plate. And then we're going to pour this excess grease out of the pan. And we're going to start making our cream spinach. Okay, I turned the heat down on my pan, and I'm going to start adding the ingredients for the cream spinach. We're going to start with cream cheese. A brick of cream cheese, and we're going to let that melt. And there's all of this brown stuff on the bottom of the pan, so we're going to want to scrape all of that up too. Just chop it up, let it start to melt. Okay, that's looking nice and melted. So now we're going to add in some sour cream, some mayonnaise, and some diced tomatoes and greens chilies Rotel. I don't know if you've heard of it, but they sell it everywhere. It's really good. It gives this cream spinach a lot of flavor. So we're going to stir all of this up and then continue scraping the bottom of the pan, all of that burned stuff, brown stuff. Oh shoot. Maybe not stir so crazy. That's looking good. And now we're going to add in our spinach. This recipe calls for frozen spinach, but you know what? The grocery store didn't have any. So I bought fresh spinach and then I froze it. And what that does is it breaks down the fibers in the spinach, and or any vegetable, breaks down the fibers and makes it, I don't know, just makes it easier to eat, I think. Not so fibrous. So we're going to add this to the skillet. And after I froze it, I kind of like smashed the bag a bunch and it chopped it up. Okay, so this is going to melt into this sauce. And it will seem like a lot of spinach now, but in a minute it's going to look like one piece of spinach. And my husband, even though he's super picky, my husband Matt loves this cream spinach recipe. And he's probably one of the pickiest people on earth. That is looking good. Okay, we're gonna let this spinach keep wilting into the pan, into the sauce. Okay, this cream spinach is looking amazing. All of the spinach has wilted, and this makes a lot of cream spinach. And you could even put more spinach in here and just make it just full of spinach. You know what? I'm gonna put more spinach in it. I think it needs more spinach. Why not, right? Okay, let's get this. That was some pretty frozen spinach and pretty wilted already. So this one, that batch of spinach really just went in there nicely. Like I was saying, this makes a lot of cream spinach. So even though I made 5 chicken thighs, this could be, probably half of this could be saved for another meal. You could make more chicken thighs, or you could use it as a dip. You could use it with some low-carb crackers. It'd be really delicious. You could use pork rinds. Okay, now we're going to add in the last ingredient, and that is some Parmesan cheese. And we're going to stir that in to get it melted. Oh man, that looks so good. Look at how creamy and delicious this is. It looks so amazing. So, you might know, or you might realize by now that I'm a klutz. So I'm going to put this chicken back in the pan just because it will look pretty. But I would actually suggest that you don't do this, because then the chicken skin will not be as crispy. But I've got to get my glamour shot. Okay, and that recipe is done. It's ready to serve. I'm going to take it off. So that's it. That's easy chicken thigh recipe, a one-pot dish that you can make any day of the week after you get home from work, and it is a people pleaser, I'll tell you right now. So if you like this video, please, I don't know, like, subscribe. Are you on Facebook, YouTube, whatever you want to do? Like my page on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. But we'll see you guys later. Bye.